Today I'm reviewing One Piece, chapter 710. So what happened in this chapter was, we start off kind of where we left off. Luffy's talking to the Lamy. They're walking down the halls, and Luffy's like, just talking to him, and the Lamy's like, cheering for me kind of hurt my pride, Mugiwara. And whenever he said that Bartolome, I was like, Mugiwara? It wasn't just surprise, it was almost like a fearful look. I'm thinking, dude, you got this special move to let you not get hurt by anybody. But maybe there's something to it. Maybe Luffy's devil fruit cancels out his out. I don't know. I'm just sitting there going, why do you look so scared? I don't know. Maybe it's something he doesn't want. Who knows what it could be. It could be anything. So at this part I was just sort of confused. Then we go over to Robin, Law, Caesar, and Usopp. And they're at the bridge now, the iron bridge with the fish. And one of the fish jumps up and the iron bridge just goes, like this giant chunk just goes in. They're like, it's not stopping them at all. And so, they have to fight their way across basically, and Law's like, yeah, I can't fight. You guys fight. I gotta save my powers. And then, they're fighting, but then they see there's too many, and then Law's like, Usopp, free Caesar from his cuffs. And Usopp's like, no, just fly away. And he's like, don't worry about it, you can't go anywhere without this, and he squeezes his heart. So, this part I really liked. It's nice to see them after we haven't seen them for a few chapters. And then, they just work their way across, and they find the bridge is broken in half, and then just as this one fish jumps, this net goes around it with spears and stuff. And it's being dragged, and then Usopp shouts out, hey, who's there? It's a crap human, so they run off. They fly up in this thing, like a parachute or a hot air balloon. Anyway, get to the other side, see this giant forest wilderness thing that's called Greenbit. And they're like, oh, we have to get to the southeast beach for the trade at 3. Ugh. And they see a Navy ship that's just like in the forest. It's been pulled into the forest. It's like, I wonder what that is. And then Robin pulls up and knocks over, sees, oh, it's a fresh cut. So this happened recently. And then Law's like, okay, you guys go to the exchange. And so Usopp and Robin head into the forest. And then they come across some Navy soldiers, or Marines, who are in there. And they're just looking around, they hear something, and Usopp thinks they've been found. But then all of a sudden, this thing's moving around. It's really, really fast. Or things, and takes the Navy and the Marines' clothing and weapons. And then they run out, and Robin does this thing where pretty much just hundreds of hands just pop out of the ground, and she says, I caught something. And she's like, I think it's dwarves. And then that's where the chapter ends. And the ending of the chapter is just like, why there? Like, out of the endings this week, Naruto and Bleach had much better endings. But One Piece, it was interesting, but it's like, literally the last thing is, I think it's dwarves. And then it ends. It's a cliffhanger. It's just kind of like, that's a weird way to end. You think more of a cliffhanger would be like a shadow. You see them as they approach, and there's a shadow on the ground with a glowing eye or something. I don't know. Anyway, so it was a good chapter. A lot happened. We got to see what was happening with the other members of the Straw Hat crew. What else? Yeah, that's about it. Time for the basic fact. Oh, wait. There was one other thing. Usopp said at one point, Caesar attacked a fish. And Usopp said, well, I guess that's something you would expect from someone worth 3 billion. And I'm pretty sure, well, I don't know. I'm really not sure. I think it's a typo, because the highest bounty we've seen so far in One Piece is, I think, Useless Kids, which is 440 million, I think. Of course, I mean, we know that Aces and Whitebeards were obviously probably way, way higher. But 3 billion's kind of a huge gap between, 440 million to 3 billion. And then Luffy takes him down. It's like, okay, so does that mean Luffy's bounty is gonna jump up to 1 billion? I don't know. So I think it was more of a typo, but it can't be 3 million at the same time, because 3 million is really, really weak. Think about it, like Crocodile. His bounty was 80 million, and Luffy beat him a long time ago, but you didn't even really have hockey back then. So, I just think it was a typo, but anyway. Basic fact. Badassness, probably about a 4. Attention level, how much attention was I paying? Probably a 7. Satisfactory, how satisfying was the chapter? Probably an 8. How interesting was the chapter? 6. Comedy, how funny was it? Probably about a 6 as well. I mean, wasn't the best for what One Piece normally has. Fan service. If you're fanboy / fan of any of the characters, general fan service is probably about a 3. Animation, really, which is like how well drawn is the chapter. It was actually pretty well drawn for most parts. Like Green Bit was really nicely drawn, so I'd have to say about a 7.5 or an 8. And predictability was not. Well, if you saw the prediction video, you would have seen that I did not predict this. So general predictability-ness would have to be 4. Yeah. Overall chapter rating out of 5 stars. Probably 3.5. 3.2. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't bad. It was okay. It was good. It was good. So yeah. That is it for this review. Remember to like the video. Really appreciate it. Links are in the description to our Facebook and Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. Talk to us. Really, you guys like to talk. And yeah, I am the Shinigami, and I'm signing off. Jenna.